cleaning chip.
No, say the other thing.
Oh, help me, Father.
Quiet, you.
What is that unholy sound? Stop!
So I just came from watching Elio, a new Pixar animated film released June 20th. I'm reviewing this on the day of its release, so I'm not going to have any spoilers for this film. Wow, this movie is about Elio, a kid who loses his parents and then he becomes obsessed with the idea of aliens at a young age, so he's very eager to get abducted. At first, when I was watching, I was like, why is this kid not processing his grief? I know kids can't really process grief, but you know, when kids lose their parents, there's a way they like withdraw. But in the movie, he becomes like more animated and he wants to get abducted and he does all this stuff trying to get aliens' attention. So I was like, why? But I get it. It kind of works different for kids. He's sort of trying to form this type of escapism. So I understand that. Speaking of escapism, I like the idea that, Elio gets to move from another. I had not seen the trailer, so I didn't know what I was about to watch. So Elio gets to meet aliens. This is in the trailer. He gets to meet aliens, and this is, I believe, an original idea, right? This isn't a remake, a reboot, or anything like that. I'm glad this isn't some sequel or something like that. I actually found this movie to be funny. Yeah, there was some good jokes here, and I like it when a movie is funny and it's not overdone. That's actually one thing I like, and that's one of the things that Marvel does wrong. Marvel does this thing where I'm bringing up Marvel because Marvel, Disney, Pixar, they're all under the same house. And Marvel does this thing where things can be serious and then they just crack this unfunny joke, and then the unfunny jokes just keep coming.
My name is Darren, and I am not a dick!
But no, with Elio, it was actually funny and perfectly balanced, as Thanos would say. And I think what I liked was that the movie actually has aliens, but these aliens are written like humans. I should also bring up the fact that in the trailer you see the aliens speaking English. Don't be like, why are these aliens speaking English? It's because in the movie Elio gets a translator, a translating chip. So yeah, so if you watch the trailer and you see the aliens speaking English, don't be like, why are these aliens speaking English? It's because Elio gets a translator chip so he can hear English and the aliens hear his English as their language, something like that. What I like about this film is the themes that this film is tackling. Now, typically when a film is meant for kids, it's typically like accepted by some audiences that, hey, it's for kids, so why does it have to be serious? Why does it can just be some goofy slop, right? But this film has a lot of themes that it's tackling, themes that actually affect adults. Themes like fake it till you make it, themes like adulting, because in this film we see three key characters who they have responsibilities, and those responsibilities are bigger than them. Elio's aunt, Elio himself, and a friend that Elio makes. And also harsh responsibilities, which is also part of adulting. Another thing that I really liked that they were tackling in this film is the desire to belong. The desire to belong is Elio's core character, and it's the thing that drives him to do everything. His desire to belong and also grief are sort of attached because he handles his grief by trying to belong with the alien species because he doesn't believe that anyone else other than his parents can love him. Interesting dynamic. Also, the film also tackles the theme of loneliness. I like the fact that a lot of people nowadays acknowledge that even though through social media we are more interconnected, more people are feeling lonely. So this film really tackles that you can be surrounded by people and actually be able even to access beings outside of the earth, but you still feel lonely and like unwanted and like you don't belong. Interesting themes for a kids film. Probably for kids, maybe under the age of 10, these themes will go over your head. But for adults, you might find yourself experiencing some therapy. This movie will bring out some of the issues you might have maybe as a kid or maybe as an adult. And I found the film the pacing was pretty good. I was engaged throughout the entire 1 hour, 30 minutes. My only issue is that the movie is a bit formulaic in the way it follows the writing formula of a movie. If I compare it to something like the greats of Pixar, like A Bug's Life, Toy Story, The Incredibles. This one follows the formula of writing a movie a bit more predictable-ish, right? Like even when Elio is in danger, you're like, come on, it's a kid's film. He's not that in danger. So I would not put this film in the same league with like Incredibles, Toy Story. That's where my mind always go whenever I'm rating a Pixar film. Finding Nemo, those ones, I wouldn't put it there. But I would, if I give Incredibles, Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Finding Nemo an A, I would give this one like a B plus. Elio gets a 7.5 out of 10 from me personally. I enjoyed it. I feel like Pixar is, making a good comeback. The last Pixar films I watched were not very engaging. Things like Elementals was just not for me. Turning Red was okay-ish, but I feel like this one is probably Elio is a bit better, but this is all just subjective taste. I never watched things like, I never watched Lightyear, Luca, I never watched those ones. I never even watched Toy Story 4. But Elio is a bit of a return to form. It's not better than, let's say, Inside Out 2. Inside Out is like in a higher league, but Elio is like a 7. Inside Out is like a 8, 9 there. Yeah, but these are just my subjective opinions. If you enjoyed my review, make sure to smash like and subscribe. I think it's worth their time. I think it's worth the time for adults and kids. Yeah. For more reviews, make sure to check out these ones on screen. Tell me what you thought of Elio. If you've watched it, I'll see you in the next one.